right, folks. So Jonathan here from Trendy Trading. I'm going to quickly give you some numbers on Netflix and then run into Tesla. So again, Netflix forward numbers going into earnings tomorrow. It looks like Netflix is reporting on the 19th after Market Central. We came up with these numbers by using Fibonacci extensions. And then to the downside, I use this by looking at trendy edges, trendy indicators, supply and demand, our EMA cloud, and I came up with the best area for support. Now, looking at this is all trendy. You can come over here to Thinkorswim and you could take a look at the Analyze tab. Okay, and in the Analyze tab, we just simply type in Netflix, and this is going, you just scroll across here, and the market makers are looking for a move of about $31. Okay, the way that I got this upper box here is I simply took the fib extension tool from this previous rally. I double clicked and I'm using the 23 and 38 in this particular case. That is not always the case, but for this one it is. To the downside, what I'm looking at are trendy indicators, our 9 EMA cloud, our formation that has formed here, and it tells me that we have support in this area. This is a momentum trade, and again, now we want to pull out our calculator, and I just like to see, where are we in relationship to what the market makers are thinking, right? So my upper box is 677 and current price is at 637. So let's go ahead and go 677 minus 637. And that we come up with $40. Remember, market makers are saying 31.44. So I always like to see that I'm off from them. A lot of times I'll actually kind of come in pretty close, but when I come off from them, I think there's something there that they're not seeing. So a lot of times these options that are in my upper box or on the lower box are going to be cheaper because they're outside of that standard deviation that the rest of the market is looking for. Does that make sense? All right. So to the downside, let's go ahead and clear this really quick. We have 600 and current price is at 638. No reason to look. 38 bucks. Okay, so we're right there again around that $40 mark. So far as like trendy analysis goes, I could see a plus or minus of 40 bucks. That's what I'm coming up with, and your market makers are saying at or around $31. And just to reiterate, this is a momentum name. I feel like there's a lot of strength here. So depending on how these guys report, it could really move and it could surpass the 40, especially if other names come in this week and start showing some sort of good forecasts and surprising traders. We could see this move a lot more. All right, so just keep that in mind. So really quick on Netflix, I want to go over to the option chain. All right, and I know you guys can't see this, and I'm going to go to Netflix on the week, so 22 October, and just for a debit spread, just for fun. So we already made money this morning and we just sold out of our 700s, and that was for several weeks out. So now I want to look at this week. So we're saying 670. Let's do 670 by 680. All right, so what I'm doing is buying the 670 and I'm selling the 680. Now, if I were to do that, this is going to cost me roughly $2. Okay, so for $2 a risk. Now, the reason why I would want to do this because it's a lower risk for me. Instead of me going out and going, hey, I really like Netflix and I want to buy an at the money call at 640 for 1,800 bucks, I'm only spending $2. But listen, this is where it gets interesting. For $200, I can make 800 bucks by using my levels here to the upside. Okay. Now, the tighter I make that spread, the less that it costs for me. Let's say that I'm super bullish and I think we get up here towards the 698. I could come in here and buy the 690. Okay. And I could sell the 700. That's going to cost me 95 cents. Okay. 95 cents. And my payout is $908 or 10x trade just by using these levels to the upside. All right, now to the downside, what if I think 600 will hit? somewhere in this neighborhood, I'd be looking at buying at 600 and selling the 590. All right. This might be a little bit more expensive. Let's see, 600 by 590. All right, 86 cents. Not bad. Let's just round it up to about 90. And I want to give you guys an estimate here. It would cost me 90 bucks and pay me 410. So in both these scenarios, I could do both sides. And believe me, people in here, and I have seen this myself, where price comes down into the lower box, I make money there, and then over the week it pushes right back up to the upside. Now this is a pretty big spread, so I wouldn't imagine it would come into 600 and then by Tuesday through Friday move all the way to 700. You just never know. But the cost of this entire trade cost me, close to $2. That's it. You know, on either end, if one of these hit, I end up making a lot more than $2. All right, so these are the levels that I'm looking for, regardless how you play it. You could sell iron condors, basically doing the same thing I'm saying, but the opposite. You sell those levels, and as long as price stays between these levels, you get paid on the premium. Now, I don't like doing that on a Tuesday because you have too much time to be wrong. So it would be different if they were reporting on a Thursday. Does everybody understand that? So again, they're not reporting on a Thursday. They're reporting on a Tuesday. So it's a little bit more risky selling premium against this. Okay, I watched a service 2 quarters ago. Think that they could just go out and sell some naked stuff against Netflix, and it kicked their butt. Matter of fact, it moved probably like 40 bucks over their price, and you can imagine the scramble that you had to go through just to make that look right. So I'm definitely not putting myself in a position like that or anybody in this room. All right, so wow, just looked at the PL, dude. I mean, this is moving today. Pins is almost green, guys. All these winners. This is awesome. Loving the Chewy. Oh my goodness, looking really good. Anyways, let's go ahead and move. Oh, FDX is coming back as well. All right, let's go over here and look at Tesla. All right. Let's go here on Tesla. And same thing here. I think the bell just rung, right? Bell just rung. So we are looking at earnings. Let's look at their earnings. 10:20 after market. Hey, congratulations, guys. I mean, I think today was an awesome day. I could see right by looking at the PL here on the swing side of things. We are on a freaking roll. I'm loving it. So I hope you all are doing well. All right, so Tesla, we're going to do the same thing. All right, guys. I already have some extensions that I came up with a long time ago. So we're going to keep those. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and put a box up here just like that, and I'm going to take the rest of this stuff off. All right. We closed down under 30 today from there, and we are going to do this. We are in supply, so that's important. All right, actually, Control Z. Let's keep that up there. It says supply. I'm going to take this target off. It's from a long time ago, but we want that target up there. All right, and now same thing that we did with Netflix. I want to look down and to the left, and guess what? It's pretty confluent. You know, you have this nice momentum candle coming off the trendy edge, which is lined up with the 9 EMA. I'm going to have to say right here is your support for Tesla. So right there, and this is going to be our levels to the downside. All right, so Trendy is saying possibly, $60 to $70 on a move to the downside, and to the upside, we're looking at close to 966. So because I put this out here a long time ago, I just want to keep it here, but let's go back. We're going to follow the same suit that we did with Netflix. I want to find where the most recent rally is. Okay, so for me, I'm going to say right here, and I'm going to pull this up, and I'm going to take it to the all-time high. See this right there? So, and then double click there, and then boom, we're going to bring these lines down just a tad. All right. Same thing. I'm going to use a little bit different. I'm going to go all the way up to the 50 because Tesla, this thing can really get going. So on a top side, you could see all the way up here towards 1,000. All right. just like that. All right, so these are the levels I have. So 950 to the upside, it's almost $80, and to the downside, almost 70. So we're in that neighborhood. That's what I'm looking at right now, folks. If I go over to the Analyze tab and I look at Tesla, let's see what the market makers think, All right, so they're saying $37, folks. Holy crap, I'm way off, right? I must be way off. So what this tells me, if I'm this far off, that means these up here are super cheap, and we already saw that, right? So I bought the 1000s today. They went up almost 50%. They were only going for $1 when we bought them. So do you guys understand? Do you see that? How the premium and what they're expecting really dictates how much an option's going to be? You see what I mean? This is people selling insurance that are not predicting the storm. So it's not very expensive. The storm in this case would be if Tesla surprises the heck out of everybody and then opens up at 980, then those premiums are going to go out the roof, right? Literally. And people are going to be scrambling. Um, in my opinion, I'm seeing a little bit bigger move here. They're almost saying 40, I'm saying 70. So I'm about $30 more than these guys. So that means if I'm trying to buy some debit spreads on Tesla for their earnings tomorrow, and by the way, I need to say this, I don't typically buy these until right before the close because like tomorrow Netflix could go up another 20 bucks or so. I just like to do it right before the end because it just makes more sense to me on the pricing. Okay. Um, Tesla though, let's look at a couple options just off the numbers I got. All right, and let's go on the low end. Let's say like a 930 by a 950. Okay, to the call side. So Tesla. Remember, you can always do iron condors. If you don't know what that is, check it out. You can find a lot of stuff there on YouTube, and here in the room, you can just ask me. So, all right, Tesla. So let's say 930 by 950. They are not expecting a big move, guys. They really aren't. Um, Matter of fact, I'm going to say 940 by 950. These are 65 cents. 65 cents. And you're getting paid $935. Okay? $935 if we're right. And that's not even $1,000 option, right? This is crazy. To me, that's crazy because they could be completely wrong. And I love the fact that they are reporting on Tuesday. No, sorry, Wednesday. So at least it's not Thursday because you'll notice that like these big names that report right before the end of the week, they'll just they'll burn you most of the time. You don't get that big move. So I like that it's Wednesday. All right, guys. So again, 940 by 950 is not a bad idea for me. Again, I'm not your financial advisor, but I'm giving you some levels that I think that could work here. And to the downside, you're talking 807. That's pretty insane. I'm going to do one more thing here really fast. Just like that. And if we were to pull back, I'd say 820. So let's look at the 820 level. We're going to change these up a little bit, guys. All right. Change these up a little bit. I'm going to go to 820. And listen, if you're not a bear on Tesla, but you're a bull, you could always be thinking, okay, well, I'm not going to do anything with the put side. All right, you don't have to do both sides. I just trying to find an alternative to buying straight up naked directionals. Because guys, if you're wrong, for example, if you think Tesla's bullish and you go out and buy the 870 call for $2,100 and you're completely wrong, wouldn't you rather lose 60 bucks compared to 2,100? Right? Raise your hand. How many of you guys would rather lose 60 bucks compared to 2,100? So that was me years and years and years ago. I would just come in and buy at the money because of what my gut said, which was like the stupidest technical analysis you could ever use, right? So, this 820 by like 810, let's go over here. All right, you kind of mess around with the options. Let's say that I buy the 820 and sell the 815. That's 65 cents. Let me write this down before I forget. So let's just say 820 by 815. And I'm going to put debit spread. Okay. And this is literally, I mean, you got to pay up a little bit. It says 65 by 80, so you could probably get in by like 70. Um, this would pay me 430. So for $70, if this hits, I make 430. Remember, guys, this is not just a lotto. Like, we're using levels that we use in trading every single day. So I'm using, of this rally, I'm using that 618. I would imagine that trend could hold. But even if like it just drops and goes right through it, you still get paid on this. Okay? So that's what I'm looking at there. So let me write these numbers again. So we said to the upside on the call side, what were we saying? 950 maybe? Let me see, it might have been at 920. 920 by 930? No, 920. Give me 1 second. Yeah. It's a 940 by the 950. Okay, and what this pays out is roughly, I'm going to go up to 70 cents. Just imagining I paid too much for it or something. This pays 930. All right? 930 bucks for a $70 wager. Again, I'd much rather lose $70 for a chance to make 900 using my levels than going out using my gut and losing 2100, folks. Everybody understand that? Right? So, anyways, I hope you enjoy the review. We'll be looking at these tomorrow. We had a fantastic day. I hope you had a fantastic day. If you didn't and you're still having a hard time, please reach out to me. I feel like a lot of these levels, let's go over just really quick before we finish out the day, folks. I can't make this stuff up, okay? Long over the 370.65. Look, we almost hit 372. These stayed neutral. You don't do anything. And then over here on the day so far, we have not closed over this level. We actually stopped. And that's what, if you remember, that's what I was forecasting here live on Twitter, is that we would stop right up here. And then I said we should be pushing up towards this. So everything's kind of working out, doing its thing. All right. So again, man, awesome. I can't wait to trade tonight. Good deal. All right, folks, make sure you like this video. Make sure you retweet it. If you want more information like this, you can check me out at trendytrading.co. You can also just check us out on a trial. It's 20 bucks, right? 20 bucks. We got members in here who took the trade over the queues today and made well over $1,000 just in a simple process that I did give out for everybody to study and learn.